With Flame and Someday joining the NA LCS at the start of Season 7, there's been some questions as to how NA tops would fare versus the traditionally dominant Korean top laners. It didn't pan out exactly quite how Monty said it would though, with TSM reigning supreme for 2 splits in a row. Let's take a closer look to see how strong Kevin Snow's claim to the Iron Throne of top lane is. Let's start with laning. Hauntzer's laning stats are the best in the league, but they're partly a result of having the best mid laner in the region, Bjerg. It's rare to find Bjerg losing his lane, and he often roams or starts fights on the top side of the map. Someday used to function as the primary carry for Dignitas, but after Adrian and Altic joined the team, he transitioned into a supported player. He actually has pretty mediocre laning stats, but much of that can be attributed to how often he plays tanks and how little help he gets from his jungler Shrimp, who's usually ganking bottom. Flame also has really good laning stats, but we can expect that much out of him. Some of that can be attributed to how much Renekton he's played, plus high jungle proximity he's had compared to the 2 other top laners. But laning stats aren't everything, and it's difficult to compare these 3 top laners directly, mainly because they play very different roles for their team. Hauntzer plays a variety of styles for TSM, ranging from tanks to split pushers to hard carries. He feels whatever role TSM needs him to. Someday focuses on absorbing pressure for his bot lane and functioning as a primary engager for Dignitas. It's very rare to see them winning a team fight when Someday isn't the one engaging. Lastly, Flame is more carry-oriented, primarily playing lane-dominant champions. He creates and snowballs his lead with help from Xmity.
Not sure if Flame is killable though, he's gonna try to hug the wall.
All of these players are stellar, but even though it's hard to compare them, personally for me, Hauntzer is the most effective and valuable out of the 3. Let's start with the most obvious point first, Hauntzer's communication skills. Professional play in League of Legends nowadays revolves heavily around planning things out ahead and coordinating with your teammates to abuse timings or snowball site leads. Long gone are the days where you'd be able to push a lead on your own. In TSM's games, you can often see Hauntzer roaming down mid, calling for dives in his own lanes, or invading the enemy jungle with Sven with better efficiency than Flame or Someday. A lot of that comes down to communication with the rest of his team. Flame in his heyday had the other top laners bending the knee and used his jungler Helios to snowball his CS leads. It's such a signature style of his that the community calls it Flame Horizon whenever anyone gets a 100 CS lead over their opponents. Someday also made his case as the best top laner in the world, functioning as the primary carry on the 2016 KT roster that toppled SKT. But both these players are nowhere near close to impacting the game as much as they used to in Korea. With detailed communication and planning ahead being so important in modern League of Legends, Korean imports nowadays often struggle even more so to perform to the degree they did back at home. Their team play is a shadow of what it used to be, and they're often doing designated tasks assigned pre-game. In the same vein, if Hauntzer played for a Korean team, he'd be much less effective. But we're comparing top laners in North America and how they performed this season, and Hauntzer's communication in and out of game gives him a huge edge over the Korean imports. Secondly, a large part of a top laner's life is teamfighting, and Hauntzer plays a huge role in TSM's stellar teamfighting. Him and Biofrost have been the 2 core members when it comes to engages, and the synergy between the 2 have been impeccable. Hauntzer and Bio are able to spot engage opportunities on important targets frequently, and once they engage, there's no hesitation from either them or their team. Someday is the primary engager for Dignitas, but Dig's teamfighting is so scattered that he's unable to communicate on the fly. He ends up playing as a predetermined cog rather than a decision-making force. IMT does play together as a team with their aggressive positioning, but Flame is more solo-oriented. Xmity and Ole are the engagers. He's there to make space in a team fight and disrupt for his carries. He's not as versatile as Hauntzer either. Whenever he's put on heavy tanks, there's a noticeable dip in what he can do in team fights. On top of his team fighting and communication, Hauntzer's stats show that even when he's playing with the 2 best carries in North America, he can hold his own as a damage dealer and contribute significantly both in and out of lane. He even functioned as one of the primary carries when Doublelift took a break for spring earlier this year. He's had one of the best individual performances as a top laner and made his case as the potential MVP for that split. Plus, his champion pool shows he can play any role that TSM needs him to. Knowing when to back off or to pressure in lane along with well-timed TPs, he's been very well rounded out this split with little to no weaknesses. All in all, due to his versatility, communication, and great team fighting, if I had to choose a top laner that was the most valuable this split, it'd have to be Hauntzer. The amount of work he put in since Gravity days to get to this point has to be recognized. And while he narrowly missed being all-pro by 6 points, I feel like he's starting to gain recognition from his peers, and it's about time the media and the league analysts start giving him credit. I hope you guys enjoyed this piece on Hauntzer, and remember, I'm not crazy, I'm just loco.
For more league interviews and analysis, subscribe to our channel. You can also find stats, discussions, and more on our website and mobile app at blitzesports.com.